Since we're here at the Jetty Park over here in Fort Pierce, and they have plaques to honor or to remember the dead, I thought I would go ahead and take this moment to talk a little bit about an issue that just occurred a few days ago at the West Melbourne Walmart. If you've been following my vlogs, then you know that I've been parking there. There are like 3 or 4 different Walmarts that I park at around Brevard County in between Cocoa and Melbourne and Indian Atlantic and West Melbourne. Actually, there's like 5 of them, I think. But the West Melbourne Walmart is one that I parked at quite a bit. Not as much as the beachside one, but they found a woman who is only a little bit older than me, like 3 years older than me, decomposing in her van. I don't know if she was one of our fellow vanners or just a homeless person who happened to be in a van, but they found her dead inside her van, decomposing. They think she's been there since September 23rd or so, and I think they found her on November 1st. Maybe, I don't know, I think I get different reports. Some say the 1st and some say the 5th or the 3rd or something, but they found her just a few days ago, like last week. And she had been dead in her van, which had been sitting there like since late September, and nobody noticed. The thing is, that's the 3rd body they found in like a year in Brevard County alone at Walmart. And that could be me or you. I don't know exactly what went down with her. It's a sad situation, and I feel sorry for her and her family. It said she was like homeless, and supposedly she was homeless and had a camp nearby. I don't know how true that all is, but it hits close to home since, you know, I was parked there too. And that's one of the reasons I put together the Living in a Van channel, the Living in a Van webpage, and YouTube channel and Facebook group and page, was to try to help people who find themselves in this situation. I know that there are a lot of vanners who do this on purpose. It is a dream that they want to do and something they want to do, and they save up money for and get a nice van and deck it out and turn it into a nice camper. But at the same time, there's also a group of vanners who are essentially homeless and forced into living in a van. Now, this channel and the website and the Facebook group is open to everyone, but my videos primarily are geared towards those who are thrown into this situation. You know, part-timers who do this for fun can also benefit from watching, because there's some cool ideas or neat ideas or things about the build, and even, you know, like getting free ice and whatnot. But for the most part, I put the channel together to help those who are in a dire situation, just trying to survive day by day. I hope the lady didn't die from carbon monoxide poisoning, you know, like trying to keep herself cool by leaving the car running. That can happen. That's why I recommend getting a carbon monoxide detector if you're dwelling in your vehicle, because you can't smell that stuff. And when you're parked and just sitting there and you run your engine, the gas comes up and can get inside. Without that detector, you could die in your sleep. Not saying that that's what happened to her, I don't know. But it could. It's one of the situations that can develop. And of course, the other one was I just saw an article. They said they figured out why this lady and her kids died, why she was in a single car crash in her BMW SUV. And they said what it was the battery on that vehicle, instead of putting it under the hood, for some reason BMW put it under the seat or something, or inside the vehicle. And supposedly the battery was defective, so when you charge a lead acid battery, it releases fumes like sulfur and hydrogen and some other stuff. I don't know, but that stuff is deadly. Not only can it explode, but breathing it into your lungs can kill you, which it apparently killed the lady and her kid, and then the vehicle crashed. So these are things that, I try to take note of and do research on and try to share via the YouTube videos and the Facebook group. Facebook group is actually going to be a better resource than the YouTube, as far as getting that kind of information. I try to publish it in the files section to help people out, but I think it's important to keep in mind that, being in a van is risky. It's not all fun and games and all nice and pretty. People dying. But then again, people die in their homes, in their stick and brick homes. Sometimes they sit there for years before they're found. So you can look at it that way. If you're going to die, people can find you a lot faster when you're in your vehicle than if you were sitting inside a house somewhere and nobody knew. But that lady was only 53 years old. Not that old. And it wasn't what prompted me to leave when I left, but it is what prompted me to want to travel, even before I heard about her death. And as you can see by these plaques of people who died, some died young and some died old. This particular plaque has somebody that lived from 1924 to 2004. And then the other one was from 1926 to 2015. They lived very, very long. But a lot of the plaques I notice, people are in there under 50 years old or under 60 years old. You really don't know when the end is coming. Here's somebody that was born in 1953 and died in 2014. So it's kind of a morbid discussion here, so I'm going to end it here soon. But you don't know when you're going to go. So you should make every moment count. And, don't put off things that you really want to do. There were all sorts of reasons for me to not do this traveling right now. My finances are messed up. The vehicle's not up to par. And I still got some pending issues that need to be resolved before I can officially leave Florida. And I'm going to miss my kids immensely. But I understand the significance of life and living and taking every day as if it's your last. I may not wake up tomorrow. And it's not just from being in the van. I mean, you could be driving somewhere and you can get hit. You could be sleeping and your house catches on fire. So I don't want to scare people and say, well, living in a van is dangerous. Just living is dangerous. As long as you're alive, there's always a chance for death. You try your best to minimize it, but you should try to live as much as you can. And that would be my message. Don't let life end suddenly without you doing what you really want to do. Live every moment, enjoy every moment, and do what you really want to do.